Hi everybody, it's Bonka922 here to bring you History's Strongest Disciple Kenichi chapter 498, Battle Before the Storm. Yes, Before the Storm. And basically, now, before I get into this chapter review, I should mention one thing. Someone, I don't know who, now maybe it's because I do pauses in my video, I don't know the reason, but until further notice, majority of my videos will be disabled. The ratings will be disabled. I know some people are going to say, don't do it, Bonkai, you're giving in to the trolls. Well, actually, that's not the way I look at it. I look at it like this. Whoever this fucker is who's doing this, is because I pause, whatever the reason. If I disable the ratings, can't do it anymore. Therefore, if they want to troll me, they'll have to write comments. And I'll find out who they are. But that's a point unto its own, unto itself. So let's get into this review. This chapter was actually a setup chapter, in a way. So basically, what happened was Takeda, he's with his master. I believe his master's name is Dai Sensei. And the reason why he's with Dai Sensei is because he's there after the whole fight and he's like, he's questioning him, Dai Sensei, saying, you know, oh, you ran away from the enemy, you ran away from your opponent, so on and so forth. But he tells him he's glad that he's safe. And pretty much, not much details with this scene. It's really just Dai Sensei telling him, it's time for me to train you, it's time for me to get into training you with giving you the tools, the training method, the held training method that would allow Takeda to go up against somebody with weapons, supposedly. Anti-weapon kind of martial arts. And that's what he's go on saying to him. And he gives him money. Dai Sensei gives him money to go to the amusement park, because they're going to go to the amusement park and so on and so forth. And yeah, he's basically saying secret boxing techniques against people who use weapons. Techniques to fight against weapons. And he says, starting tomorrow, your training is going to be hell, you know, and so on and so forth. And he's just basically training him then. And then we go back from there to Ryo Zanpaku with Kenichi, Miyu, and the Masters. And they're training Kenichi like nobody's business. Oh my god, they just whipping his ass. Everybody's poking jokes at Kenichi and everything, and they're basically going to the amusement park tomorrow. And Miyu's kind of upset that she can't go, but then Appa tries there and says, oh, I'll take care of everything here, you go to the amusement park. And she's also saying, oh, you know, be nice, don't be nice to Kenichi because you're hassling him too much with the training. And the end result is that Miyu is going to go to go to the amusement park. Now, Miyu tells Hayano, her grandfather, that everyone from the Alliance is gonna go, and he's got this serious stoic face, like he knows something, like he knows something is gonna go down. Well, basically, we have Nick. The rest of the chapter is basically, yeah. Now I found out the reason why King of Lightning hates this manga. He hates it. He just he puts this worse than Fairy Tail. He says this is, as far as fan service is concerned, as far as Ichi scenes are concerned, as far as that kind of thing going on is concerned, it is worse than Fairy Tail. And how they're making it, it's just, and when I heard him say it, I was like, wow. And I find out why. And an amusement park, water park, and they're having a good time, so on and so forth. Freya's there, a whole gang is there, and we have a scene with Miyu running, and she's running really fast. Got that cutesy face on, and there's one funny scene in this chapter. Yukata, he goes right past Shiratori, and he has no idea that is Shiratori. And the funny thing is that when he first walks past her, he didn't notice her, and Takeda's like, "Oh, Shiratori's over there." It's like, "Oh, Shiratori, I didn't notice you there." There's somebody going around that looks exactly like you. And he hasn't realized, Yukata, up to this point, that that's Shiratori. That Shiratori is a girl. Anyway. This was a very set-up kind of chapter. And what ends on happening is that Miyu says she lost Kenichi. And after she lost where Kenichi is, we have a scene with her seeing from her ass. See her ass showing, and and she realizes that she could sense a key. And she goes into the water, and she says, "Could that shadow be?" And then we see the members of Yomi. We see Atlantis, Berserkers in the distance, Lou, former member of Ragnarok, the same people that was, and they're in the distance. So obviously, and then it says on the side, all the Yomi assemble at the amusement park, sudden development, and it says next issue on sale November 27th. That's the end of the chapter. And I'm going to give this one a 3.5. I mean, I like this setup at the amusement park. And remember, this was 498. So, we're going forward here. Now, remember what I said about in the early part of this video, this review, before I started the review. I'm disabling my ratings. It's not going to be a long time. It's just going to be for about a week or two. I'm going to disable the ratings for a majority of these videos, starting this week, starting today. Because this is getting ridiculous. Last night, after I did that Fairy Tail review, all of a sudden, dislikes up to 16. And it was every video. Even the verses. Don't understand it. Is it because I pause? At why? I'm sorry, I got this thing on my tongue. It's goes away eventually. I apologize if I pause, but if it's just a fucking troll, no. That's no reason. No reason. But anyway, as far as my thoughts on this chapter, I thought this was a good setup moving forward. Now, I'm wondering if, uh, Hayano and the other members of Real Zanpaku are going to get involved, the other masters, but I don't think so. I mean, the only ones there are Lou, Berserker, Atlantis, those other two, and Tana Miyano, the guy that Kenichi fought, Hermit. So you got Hermit, Berserker, Lou, Atlantis, and 2 other members. So that's 6 people. Chances are, Hermit's going to fight Kenichi. Atlantis is probably going to fight Miyu. And then you only got like 4 people. So Freya would probably go up against Freya, and there's not really a lot of them. It's something like it's 6 people. So, but it's a good setup. I like this setup. And remember I said this is 498. 3.5 out of 5. Want to see more, but I'm thinking 500 is going to be big. 500 is probably going to be like a revelation or more fight. It's probably going to be like a long, ongoing fight sequence between Kenichi's and his allies and these people. So it should be interesting. We have to wait and see where this brings up next week. So should be interesting. So that's all I got for you guys. This was a pretty good chapter. I liked it. Pretty good. Pretty solid. Good setup. Battle before the storm. Kind of interesting. Kind of suspecting. I kind of spoiled myself. I took a look at Hellsing Ultimate OVA 9. Least to say, when they do these OVAs and they do the whole Hellsing thing, oh man, it's gonna be awesome. Fucking epic as shit. I forgot to just mention that. Okay, and that's all I got for you guys. So this has been Bonkai 2. I'll see you guys later. I'm sorry I have to disable the ratings, but I don't know who this fucker is, but it needs to stop. So it's not gonna be all of them. I'll leave it on for Shingeki no Kyojin, because I reviewed that. It came out. I gotta review that too. But everything else, no. Shingeki no Kyojin and Bleach. That's probably gonna be it. So yeah. This is Bonkai 2. I will see you guys later. More fan service. A lot of bikinis in this one.